What's going on, YouTube fam? Jared Weiss back here with another video on the Jared and James channel, and if you guys didn't know that, must mean you're not subscribed. So you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, smash the like button at the end of the video, follow me on Instagram, follow me on all my other social media accounts. I post consistently everywhere. So, for today's video, we're going to be talking about a very important topic, which is, would you rather have 100 or maybe even just 10 real followers or 1,000,000 fake followers and just like have this appearance of looking super popular and like getting a ton of fluff support, I would call it?
Yes, and there she is!
Hey, come back here!
Forget it, Jake. It's cloud.
Or would you rather legitimately make an impact on people's lives? And so this happens to be like a very important topic, especially in this day and age of social media. So the other day I was actually thinking to myself, one of the videos that I had posted didn't get a ton of views, and like it's normal sometimes look into these numbers too much, look into the algorithms and try to like gear your content towards the algorithms, but like when we do that, we end up losing our own authenticity. We start trying to please computer programs, which when you think about it, like, it honestly makes no sense. People create these programs in order to gear a certain type of content towards certain people. But on the other hand, people value authenticity. People value good, high quality, purposeful content that can actually change lives and that actually means something. So going back to what I was saying before. So like I posted a video the other day that didn't get a ton of views, and like as happens sometimes, I was like a little bit upset with that, especially because like I had put a lot of work into this video and like I thought it came out really well, but like views don't always tell the full story. And so anyways, at the end of that day I go to the gym and I see one of my friends there who tells me that seeing the post I made really impacted his life tremendously, because he was telling me how he's been dealing with all these like severe health issues, and like I'm not gonna single him out, but like very nice guy, and like he's always been a super loyal supporter of mine with everything I've been through. And so anyways, he's telling me how like recently he's been dealing with these health issues, and after seeing my post, it actually made him feel a lot more secure in his body. It really changed his whole perspective on what he's going through right now. So a comment like that is worth 1,000,000 views, is worth 1,000,000 subscribers. Obviously, I'm hoping to end up getting to a point where I eventually have like tons of subscribers and like where I'm getting tons of consistent views, but like getting there is gonna take time. I actually saw a pretty interesting video the other day where I'm pretty sure it was like the rapper Lecrae, I think his name is, was talking about being a sailboat as opposed to a speedboat.
What I always tell people is, be a sailboat, right? A lot of us are speedboats. You're going 1,000,000 miles an hour, you're getting there fast, boom, look at you got a goal, but you eventually gonna run out of gas. So
a sailboat is gonna be guided by God, by the winds, but like it's also up to you to put in work in order to keep the sailboat moving. On the other hand, if you're a speedboat, you're just gonna be speeding through, and eventually you're gonna run out of gas. So that point really hit home with me, because branching off into something else that happened the other day. So like I actually can't wait until this gets released. This past weekend, I was actually asked to do a podcast called The Journey Podcast with my bro Jake Moscato and his best friend Zach Cummings. And like this podcast, like when I tell you guys this is going to be being like a super life-changing podcast, I seriously mean it. Our chemistry was incredible. The questions they asked were incredible. Like, not trying to brag or anything, but like I was definitely at the top of my game when it came to this. And also like there's gonna be a lot of like super big things to come from that. I can guarantee it. So can't wait until I get to show you guys that and all the amazing things that are gonna come from that, from this connection I built with Jake. But anyways, me and Jake were actually talking right before we started filming the podcast, and we were saying how when you think about it, like when it comes to all these TikTok dance trends, I don't mean any offense to anyone who's making tons of money, who has a big following off of these dance trends or whatever, but like ultimately, I hate to say it, but like it's not really providing a whole lot of value to anyone. So like when you're only following the trends, yes, you're probably gonna go big within a super short period of time. But like, how many people's lives are you really changing? And like, that's like one thing that like a lot of people like miss when it comes to calling yourself an influencer. I actually value changing people's lives. I don't want to just be someone who's just putting out low quality content just to get views and then end up with a whole lot of fluff, with a whole lot of followers like who don't really care about my message, who don't really value what I'm speaking about. I'd much rather have the people who are commenting telling me how much I've changed their lives. And truthfully, over these past few years, I've gotten a lot of super incredible, kind comments telling me how my story changed their lives, telling me how I'm prime motivation to keep them going. Jake was actually telling me the other day, I don't want to give away too much of the podcast and like the stuff that like we were talking about, but like Jake was saying to me, you can't ever give up, and like I know you're never going to, but like if you ever do, that would honestly be one of the most detrimental things like ever happened. So I would fly down to wherever you are and make sure that you don't quit on yourself, because your story is so powerful. Like both Jake and Zach were both saying that like my story, probably the most inspirational story that like they've ever heard, and the podcast was like the most inspirational podcast they had ever done. So like these connections mean a lot more to me compared to the numbers. I know sometimes like it's definitely easy to get lost in the numbers, to want to just have like millions of followers right away. I totally get that. I feel that like we're all human. I'm putting in a lot of work into this content, so like I definitely want it to reach a larger audience, and I also know that like over time it eventually will. It just takes having the belief in me, putting in the consistent work, and like ultimately the more impact I make on people, the more of a chain reaction it's going to cause, and then I'm going to be influencing all these other people who I don't even know. And so doing that is going to mean a lot more to me than just having thousands and thousands of followers who don't really care about my message. So I'm not judging you, but like I want to ask you the question: would you rather have 10 real followers who buy everything you say, who actually make changes in their lives based on the advice that you give them, or would you rather have 1 million followers who are just there to watch you dance and like who are just following you in the short term for the trends? And like going along the same lines, I saw like another video recently which was talking about making evergreen content.
YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint, and you need to be thinking about content shelf life and evergreen content.
So like what does that mean? It means that like you should focus on producing content it's going to provide people with value now just as much as it is 5 years from now. So I'd much rather be the sailboat, the one who has to put the work in, and also like is guided by God, is guided by the whims of the universe, as opposed to the one who's just following the trends, just trying to get popular as fast as possible, but without actually taking time to put into the message and put into the impact that like you're actually making. Even just smiling at someone one day who really needs it could make that person more positive in their next interaction, and then positive impact is going to spread. So like the impact that you make on someone's day, positive changes that like you help someone make over time are going to be worth it in the end. And eventually, the more times you do this, the more of an impact you make. Eventually the followers and the subscribers will ultimately come, but like it's gonna be so much more worth it when you're actually making a difference in people's lives. And some of my videos have done really well, like especially considering where I'm at, like and like how long ago like I actually started focusing on like posting the content. And like it's awesome to see when one of your videos aligns with the algorithm just right, and like a lot of people end up seeing your video, and like it's super rewarding. So like I'm not trying to say that, like getting a lot of views doesn't feel good, or that getting a ton of likes doesn't feel good, but like focus on the impact and the views will come. That's today's message. Hopefully this message resonates with you. If any of you guys are struggling with this, just know that like it's totally normal. I mean, like we're all human. We're obviously going to be trying to fit in with this tribe. We're all going to be trying to grow as fast as possible, but like just know that like the impact you're making is much more important than the numbers will ever be. we're gonna head to the gym now for a little workout here. Show off some progress that we're making with the THP strength program, and let's head to the gym.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We don't ever need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night.
It's my trainer friend Josh. Say what's up?
This summer night. Someday we will look back and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night.
So guys, that's the workout. And so anyways, I wanted to add one more thing. So like, remember, you're not defined by how many followers you have. Just like how it doesn't matter how many friends you have. I'd much rather have 1 or 2 incredible friends than have 100 friends who are all like mediocre and those who don't live up to my high standards that like I have for myself. But like, remember, if you put in the effort over time, I believe, so like I'm still not there yet when it comes to like having hundreds of thousands of followers yet, but like I'll get there if I keep putting out high quality content, putting out a good message into the world. But like, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, you're not defined by that. What matters more is how you make people feel and how positively you impact others' lives. Keep putting in the effort. If you guys made it this far, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we out, Jay. Stay grinding, stay hustling, stay positive. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.